Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Faisal. I'm resident of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, Faculty of Dentistry, Hasanuddin University. I would like to say thank you to the committee for this opportunity in this international event, the fourth International Conference on Biophysical Technology in Dentistry. On this short lecture session, I will make presentation about surgical removal of maxillary impacted canine, labial, and palatal approach. On the abstract part, I describe about eruption problem of the human teeth. The maxillary canine most frequently to be involved in eruption problem and become impacted following maxillary and mandibular third molar. When impacted maxillary canine have unfavorable positions or they are not susceptible to orthodontic traction or reimplantations, surgical extraction is the most appropriate treatment. The objective, a case report of surgical removal of impacted maxillary canine which access both labial and palatal of the teeth. Case report. A 19-year-old female patient come to the oral and maxillofacial clinic. She had chief complaint about missing left upper anterior tooth. She had a mild pain around the area since 2 years ago. On palpation, there was a fluctuation on the labial mucosa, and panoramic radiographs confirmed the horizontal impaction of the maxillary left canine. Introduction. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. As we know that canines have an important role, especially in facial appearance, dental aesthetic, and of course, arch development and functional occlusion. Canines are more common involved in eruption disturbance or impaction than other tooth. Impaction is defined as the failure of tooth eruption at its position in the dental arch within its normal period of growth. From the epidemiological aspect, studies have reported that the incidence of tooth impaction varies from 5.6% to 18.8% of the populations, and the incidence of maxillary impacted canine among general population is approximately 1.7%, that range from 1% to 2.5%. And the other study reported prevalence of maxillary impacted canines range from 0.9% to 2.5%. It has been reported that females are 2 times more affected to the maxillary impacted canines than males. In addition, the incidence of canine impaction in the maxilla is more than twice than that in the mandible. From the anatomic viewpoint, impacted canines are located palatally in 85% of cases and labially in approximately 15% of cases. Some literature reported approximately 1/3 of impacted maxillary canines are located labially and 2/3 of them are located palatally. The etiology of maxillary impacted canines were associated to various factors as absence of lateral incisors, anomalies in shape or size of lateral incisors, lack of guidance, ectopic positions of the tooth gum, presence of the obstacles to eruption, or the genetic factors. The exact etiology of palatally displaced maxillary canines is still unknown. Various other etiological factors for impaction of maxillary canines have been proposed, such as displacement of the crib, long path of eruption, impeded eruption due to a supernumerary tooth or an odontome, and retained deciduous canine. An association between a palatally displaced canine and late developing dentition has also been reported by Baker and Kausu. Radiographic assessment is a vital method in localizing the maxillary impacted canines. Orthophantomogram, lateral cephalometry, CT, and CBCT are very useful for determining presence locations of the maxillary impacted canine. The classifications of impacted maxillary canines. The most accepted classification is by Archer's classification. It consists of 5 classes. Class 1, impacted maxillary canine located in the palate, horizontal, vertical, and semi-vertical. And class 2, impacted maxillary canine located in the labial surface of maxilla, horizontal, vertical, and semi-vertical positions. And the class 3, impacted maxillary canine located in both palatal as well as buccal alveolar bone. And class 4, impacted maxillary canines located vertically between incisors and premolars. And the last, class 5, impacted maxillary canines located in edentulous maxilla. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to case report. A 19-year-old female patient come to the oral and maxillofacial clinic presented complaining of missing upper anterior tooth. She reported mild pain around the area since 2 years ago. And on the clinical assessment on palpation, there was a canine bud on the labial vestibulum. A panoramic radiograph confirmed the impaction of the maxillary left canine teeth. From this modality, we can see the horizontal left maxillary impacted canine between incisors and premolar. The procedure of surgery. Surgery was performed under local anesthesia. First, we made a full thickness palatal flap was designed, and a palatal approach osteotomy was performed using a round bore to expose the clinical crown of the left upper canine. The tooth was sectioned between the crown and the root, and a vestibular aperture from labial was made with small window osteectomy between the roots and of left upper, central, and lateral incisors. Next, the dental crown was luxated and removed all tooth segments. And then the operation site was irrigated with saline solution and repositioned the flap. And the last, we carry out triple O seal suturing, and then we prescribe cefadroxil 500 mg 2 times a day for 5 days, together with ibuprofen for 400 mg 3 times a day for 5 days, and chlorhexidine rinse. The picture shows how we expose the impacted tooth from the buccal aspect, creation of flap, and removal of part of the buccal plate. The palatal plate was carefully raised to avoid damaging the neurovascular bundle corresponding with the anterior palatal nerve. A palatal approach osteotomy was performed using a round bore to expose the clinical crown of the left upper canine. and then the tooth was sectioned between the crown and the root. Because tooth positioning was very high, a vestibular aperture from labial was made with a small window osteotomy between the roots of the left upper central and lateral incisors. Next, the operation site was irrigated with saline solutions and we repositioned the flap. Triple O silk suturing was carried out and patient was given post-surgical and oral hygiene instruction. The tooth was sectioned between the crown and the root. The dental crown was luxated and removal all tooth segment. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to discussion. The impacted tooth can be pathologic and always requiring treatment. Impacted teeth can be managed in several ways. Impacted maxillary canines can be guided by surgical exposure to erupt spontaneously or by using orthodontic traction. The impacted tooth can also sometimes be used as donor tooth for auto-transplantation. When impacted maxillary canines are not susceptible to those treatments, surgical extraction is the reasonable choice. Management of the maxillary impacted canine. The most important part of this process is to develop an organized approach to establish a diagnosis, plan the treatment, and then we must identify the risks, assess benefits, and of course, recognize the alternative treatments for the patient. I think that's all, and I would like to say thank you for the opportunity to participate in this event. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.